Langston 1 in front of Short. Laninovich is 5 back in third, and Nathan Ramsey rounds out that pack of 4, 7 points back in 4th position. Earlier today, our Villopoto sat down with the points leader.
With one race before the break, just 1 point separates the top 2 riders. Grant Langston is the points leader right now. How important is it to go into this break, this off time, with the points lead?
I think it's very important. You know, three quarters of our season will be complete, and it's a long 10 weeks to think of what we could have done to be better. So I feel like I come in here with some momentum. I've had some pretty good results in the dry, so I would definitely like to keep it going, get a good start tonight, be up front. The track is a little one-lined. It's technical but one line at the same time, so being out front early is definitely going to make a big difference.
All right, he is smiling now. We will see if he's smiling at the end of the night.
Thank you, Krista. Now, one of the riders that'll be chasing Grant Langston tonight is Andrew Short. Earlier today, Andrew took us for a lap around the racetrack.
Here tonight in San Diego, the track's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to take you through a lap here on the course. Tonight, we're going to be running down a long start straight into a wide open first turn. The next section, triple single, into a pretty basic triple again following that. The next thing is a dog leg, which is unique this weekend, followed by a triple, bull turn, triple, into a really tricky rhythm section. There's going to be many ways you can do it tonight. Following that rhythm section is going to be a whoop section into an elevated turn. The elevated turn is really hard to stop tonight. And after that, we're followed by crossing the start straight into a really big triple. It's bigger than normal. It's going to give us fits all tonight on the 250S. Following that hard triple is another whoop section into a triple into a bull turn. That bull turn's getting tricky with a pothole before the next double, leading into the finish line. And after that, you hook back onto the start straight and ride as many laps as you can until you see the checkered flag. And that's the track here tonight in San Diego.
Let's show you tonight's road to the main event. How you can earn yourself into the main. There'll be 2 heat races, 6 laps each, 20 riders, top 9 advancing straight to the main. Now, if you haven't made it straight into the main, if you weren't one of those top 9, there is a last chance qualifier. 4 laps, 22 riders. That will be our final 4 riders for 15 laps, 22 riders in tonight's main event. Heat number 1 is lining up in the gate. Here's our Dunlop starting list, and we'll see Andrew Short right away as he will slot in here to heat number 1. Brett Metcalf has been riding very well, and Billy Laninovich trying to find his way to the top of the podium here before the night's over.
Yeah, that's a big thing for Billy. You know, he's still in this points chase, but he hasn't got that win yet. He's been very consistent, but I think it's going to take some more wins if you're going to get on top of this box and or on top of this point standings.
To Chris Villopoto now with the Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, guys, we do not have much time to talk because this gate is literally about to drop. You see the bikes behind me, Andrew Short in this heat. He is definitely the one to watch, trying to catch Grant Langston.
Big jump by Mike Alessi on the number 800 KTM as they make their way to the very long front straightaway, but the whole shot didn't last long.
As talked about before, Mike Alessi did some good starts this season. He went a little wide in that first turn, opened up the door for Andrew Short, and Jake Weimer on that Sobe Gold Honda this weekend, changing things up, and Andrew Short going to try and get out front, break away, get some good lap times, because he knows he's going to have his hands full tonight in that main event with Grant Langston.
Here's Andrew Short, number 29, red Honda. Mechanics cheering their riders on. Boy, Alessi really had a rocket start.
That first turn's flat. It's carrying a lot of speed. It doesn't have the bent corner that we've seen the last few rounds. Mike just went a little bit wide, and both Short and Weimer snuck in there and got out 1 and 2. But I think we're going to see a new Mike Alessi. Last weekend we saw him catch and reel down Billy Laninovich in his heat race. We podiumed him in the main event. He's looking forward, Mike is, and the last few rounds are opening the season. I think he's more worried about what's going on behind him.
Short on that Honda has been a very interesting story all season long too, Denny. Andrew is very fast opening rounds up in Canada. A little bit of inconsistency. Kind of hard to put your finger on Andrew this year.
Yeah, Andrew, he's strong. You know, we had a chance to talk to him this morning. He's confident, he's quiet. I think he's found a little bit of that that evilness I think you need to be fast and strong. He's always been such a nice guy, real quiet, unassuming, and you know, I think he's got a little bit of attitude now, and he's the man to beat tonight, I think, for sure, and Langston as well.
You see the rear end of Alessi's bike slipping a little bit out from under him. That's Mike right there on the number 800 KTM. This is a young rider with a tremendous amount of potential. I think a rider we'll be seeing a lot of in the coming years.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Mike, you know, he's learned his lessons. You know, he's had some ups and downs in his career, and these last 2 weekends he's been on the box, and that's what it's all about. He's learning quickly, and he's a smart kid. So I'm glad to see him figure things out.
Well, the West Coast Series is going to take a big break. They won't get back to action until Dallas in April. In the meantime, we'll be seeing Mike's brother, Jeff, when the East Coast Series picks up. Yeah,
Jeff broke both his feet early this season. He's going to have to come back from an injury. But right now, you saw Darcy Lands getting the tough blocks right there. Darcy Lands at number 330, Richmond Kawasaki. He's coming back from concussion he had just a couple weeks ago. Right now, putting some pressure on Mike Alessi for that third spot.
That was Ryan Marias on the 82, the yellow bike chasing him. And there's a good look at Short, setting himself up for the triple. And another big triple. Fast racetrack here tonight in San Diego, and Andrew Short showing the fast way around. Stay with us for more here on Speed. Leading Billy Laninovich here in San Diego. Laninovich taking a quick look over his shoulders. He skies over the jumps. Trying to find out where Mike Alessi is, back in third.
Yeah, mistakenly called Billy Jake Weimer at the beginning of the race. Their numbers are similar, but you know, Billy Laninovich, like I said earlier, he needs to get a win. You know, he's right there in the points hunt with Andrew Short, Nathan Ramsey, and Grant Langston, but he needs to get a win, get a little bit of that confidence and go in this break, possibly with a points lead. And he's impressed with his heat race. In the past few rounds, Andrew Short's been able to break away from Billy. This weekend here in San Diego, Billy seems to have his number, and it's been all over him throughout this whole heat race.
Remember, as you watch the riders' names scroll across the top of your screen, those with green numbers are the riders that currently hold transfer positions. Those in red still looking for an opportunity to move on to tonight's main event. Boy, Laninovich has been pushing Andrew Short here in the closing stages of this one. Final lap. And Laninovich on that gold 132. Close in on the red 29. Checkered flag falls. And Short beats Billy Laninovich to the line, but not by much.
That was a great ride. Billy definitely stepping up his speed. I think he realizes, like everyone else, he's got to get a win if he's got a chance at these points chasing. This heat race, he's laid it down and proven he's got the speed tonight.
Well, let's show you how good the competition was between these two as they worked their way through the middle section of this race. Short bobbled right there.
Short bobbled. Laninovich tried to come on the inside, but then he's unable to do the step up quite as cleanly. Short then pulled away just a couple more bike lengths. When you're talking a six-lap heat race, every second counts.
Here's a look at the results. Andrew Short, Billy Laninovich with a great battle to the end. Mike Alessi, a tremendous start, but he'll end up finishing third, but he is going on to the main event. Here's Chris Villopoto.
Andrew Short told me earlier today if he can be ahead of Grant Langston after lap 1, he thinks he can take this. What'd you learn in that heat race? Do you think you can do it?
I learned hometown boy Billy Laninovich is on the gas tonight, so I have more than one person to worry about. Langston's not the only guy. Laninovich is going really good tonight. That was a close one. I need to pick it up. Good start will help, like you said. Looking forward to it tonight.
All right, so far, Andrew Short has the upper hand.
Here's a look at the starting lineup for heat number 2, brought to you by Dunlop. Grant Langston will be in this one, another one of the riders battling for the championship, leading the point standings, but there's a young rider in here, Ryan Villopoto, who could really give him a challenge.
Yeah, Ryan Villopoto's been huge this season. Rookie guy, man to beat, looking to make a break into this big lights class.
For another Progressive Direct pre-race report, here's Chris Villopoto.
Well, Nathan Ramsey won this race last year. He's going to need some of that San Diego magic if he wants to get back in the heat of this points battle. He's still a contender, no longer the points leader. This week, they said they changed things up a bit. Instead of doing testing for all scenarios, they went to structured laps. He said he's kind of going back to basics, trying to key in on what he needs every section of every lap.
Structured laps, Denny, what's he talking about? What's he trying to accomplish?
I think he's basically going down and practicing a 6-lap heat race and then a 15-lap main event. You know, I think he wants the same thing as you see every weekend or at a race. While you see Grant Langston's mechanic Dan there underneath his motorcycle, he's trying to clean out the rut, make sure he's got clear dirt, clear rut. When that gate falls, that bouncer Kawasaki can get hooked up and put that Kawasaki out front.
Michael Sleater carrying our onboard camera for us tonight, the KTM Sport Motorcycles NCY backed rider. There's a good look at Michael.
Michael took a wild ride with that helmet cam last week and did a little bit of a Larry loop out, so Mike's a good guy to watch and keep an eye on him throughout this heat race.
Waiting for the gate to drop. And that almost 100-yard long sprint to turn number 1.
We learned in that heat race number 1, Ralph, the first guy, the first turn, isn't necessarily going to come out the whole shot. If he swings wide, a couple guys can get under him.
6 laps, 20 riders. Again, top 9 advancing straight to the main. Everybody else goes on to that last chance qualifier. Here we go. Another great start for a KTM rider. This time looks like Nathan Ramsey was going to get the first run into turn 1, but Villopoto's going to come out with the lead on the green Kawasaki number 51.
Now Nathan definitely learned from heat race number 1 for what he saw his teammate Mike Alessi do. Nathan did everything he could to get that KTM load to hold the inside line. The young Villopoto dropped just a little bit earlier, got that thing loaded and just took off. Now he is out front, and Ryan Villopoto I think most of the time we've seen him go to last chance qualifier. Right now, being out front, he's in a good spot to go directly in that main event.
Now, we've seen Ryan Villopoto get great starts, Denny, and get out into the lead like he did in San Francisco, but the youth got the better of him, and he jumped some things that maybe he shouldn't have when he should have, and it fit him. Think he's learned from that here tonight?
Yeah, I definitely think he has. I mean, that's the greatest thing about working with young riders like Ryan Villopoto, Michael Alessi. They learn from their mistakes, and tonight I don't think it's the type of track that can reach up and bite you like the mud in San Francisco. And if you let Ryan Villopoto get out front at a track like this, I think he's able to maybe break away and make up some quick time. But check out Grant Langston. He is not going to let Nathan Ramsey in front of him too much longer because he sees his teammate breaking away out front.
That's Ramsey on the orange and black KTM, and here comes Langston on the green Kawasaki number 8, and he takes over second place as they blitz through the whoops. Past the mechanics.
I think we saw a much angrier, more focused Grant Langston last weekend in Anaheim. He feels obviously he's the fastest guy on the track every weekend, as a lot of the guys do, but I think he has been the fastest guy on the track. Last weekend, he just wanted to get clear. If anybody else on the track, get out front, lay down the fastest lap times, pull away from all the traffic, all the carnage, and lay down some fast lap times, and he did. He got out front, got the win. He's now back out in the points lead. And, this weekend in San Diego, I can expect a lot of the same thing. I talked to him as we did the track walk. He's confident. He feels like he's the man to beat still.
So and Nathan Ramsey goes down. A KTM rider trying to get the bike back up and underway. Remember, the top 9 will continue on, and he's behind Sleater, who is holding on to 6th position. So Ramsey trying to gather himself back up as Ryan Villopoto continues to lead here in heat number 2. Out in front, doing a good job, Denny, getting out front, showing that he's been learning, figuring this thing out, settling down, and not letting the exuberance of the youth take advantage of it.
Well, I think it definitely helps him that his teammates, Grant Langston. He's every day out practicing with Grant. He sees the speed he needs to run on a regular, consistent basis. And he comes here on the weekend. He knows what he's got to do. He's just got to get it done for 6 laps in the heat race and 15 in the main event. I think that's where Ryan Villopoto needs to work on. And for being such a young kid, he'll no doubt figure it out very quickly.
There's Ryan Villopoto, your leader here, heat number 2, the Amped Mobile Supercross Lites West Coast Series, and he's got a lot of company. And Grant Langston, the points leader, here he comes on the 8, almost up alongside. Langston, remember, has won more than a couple of championships in Supercross Lights competition on the East Coast and on the Outdoor Tour. He knows what it takes to win a title. Villopoto just learning what it takes to win races still.
Yeah, just last season, Ryan Villopoto was winning championships at the Loretta Lynn's Amateur National Championship. He's only 17 years old. Grant Langston, on the other hand, former world motocross champion, former outdoor national champion, and former East Coast Life champion. So, I mean, we got complete opposites of the spectrum right here. Both these guys, and Brian Villopoto is looking impressive running with Grant Langston, no doubt tonight.
Denny, there is one thing they have in common, and that's a tremendous amount of speed. Villopoto is a young rider, but boy, there's a lot of bottled-up speed in that number 51, just looking for a way out.
Yeah, I mean, he gets it done quite differently. I mean, he's a much smaller kid. He's a young 17-year-old rider. Grant's, he's a man. He's built big and strong. He works that motorcycle, muscles that bike around. Whereas Villopoto, he kind of just flips it around. You know, he's a lot lighter, uses a lot of technique, and man, both these guys are fun to watch.
Checkered flag falls, and Villopoto holds on for the win. Langston comes home in second. The question is, how far up did Ramsey get?
That last lap, Ralph, 48.6 for Villopoto, a 48.9 for Langston. Those are the fastest lap times we've seen all day. Laninovich ran a 49.3, so these guys are on pace for top of the box tonight.
And after falling down, Nathan Ramsey finishes in fourth.
The last couple weeks, Ryan Villopoto's had to do it the hard way, qualifying in the LCQ. I guess this is the way to do it. Come out and win the heat race. And did you need this for your confidence?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, good start always helps, and I got that. And I was out in the lead and made a big mistake over for the triple after the start, and had a double-double. So Grant called me quite a bit, and you know, just my fault that time.
A great battle with teammates. Ryan Villopoto wins heat number 2.
Tomorrow on Speed, catch AMA National Arena Cross from Charlotte. Chad Johnson and Brock Sellards are in a heated points battle as they race into the Queen City. Tune in to see who will be crowned king for a day. AMA National Arena Cross from Charlotte tomorrow at 4 Eastern, only on Speed. Well, not all the action at Supercross is inside the stadium. Lots going on in the pit area throughout the afternoon, including autographs of Ivan Tedesco and great tailgate parties. Stay with us. We'll be back for more from San Diego. With Dave Despain heats up the airwaves. Join Dave for scorching opinions, fired up fans, and the hottest stars in motorsports. And of course, Dave is on hand to fan the flames of controversy. Wind Tunnel with Dave Despain tomorrow, 9 Eastern, exclusively on Speed. Welcome back to Qualcomm Stadium, the home of the NFL's San Diego Chargers. Last chance qualifier is getting set to go into the gate. And let's show you the starting lineup for the last chance qualifier, brought to you by Dunlop. And this is the last chance for riders like Ryan Mills and Brett Metcalf to get a shot at making it into tonight's main event. We'll take our final 4 riders out of this for tonight's main. Let's head downstairs to Krista with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, the track layout a little different this week. You know, usually it resembles a little bit of a snake, you know, an S with a straight and then a 180 turn back and forth. This week, some C's thrown in the mix, 45-degree turns. Grant Langston said it's almost like being off camber the whole time you're out here. He said he likes it, though. It presents a new challenge. So, guys, definitely a little bit of a different twist this week in San Diego.
The last chance qualifier. 4 laps, 22 riders, last chance to make it into tonight's main event. There's Brett Metcalf on the 123, the Yamaha.
Metcalf currently 7th in the points. He's got an 8th, a 9th, another 8th, a 2nd, and a 5th. So Brett's not used to being his last chance qualifier, a consistent top 10 guy, looking to get through this and in that main event.
Over the edge in turn 1. As they try to sort out the pack. It looks like the 917 of Eric Sorby out front.
Daniel Sani right there in the back pack, right there in second. Only 4 guys are going to transfer. These last chance qualifiers can be complete chaos, and I expect a lot of things to go down. He's got a guy in third right there. Looks like possibly on the Yamaha. Couldn't tell who that was exactly. Maybe Eric Nye, Ryan Mills in the mix of that. Brett Metcalf as well. Brett went down that heat race. You know, he's not used to being this type of race, dealing with this kind of craziness, this madness. He needs to get through these guys, learn a quick lesson, and get out front. Put himself in that main event for that Boost Mobile Yamaha.
Sorby with a lead, but a short one right now is Daniel Sani, really starting to apply the pressure. Metcalf sitting back there in third. That's a transfer position straight to the main. Top four will go. For the riders in the green numbers across the top of your screen, hold those transfer positions.
Metcalf, we saw him excel in the mud in San Francisco, almost got the win. This weekend, obviously not muddy, dry conditions, perfect track, a little bit slippery maybe. Moisture coming up out of the ground. And Metcalf's gonna try and get by Daniel Sani. Guy's gonna have to roll the triple jump. The guys are rolling this section because the yellow flag's out, a rider is down. They've put out the red cross flag as well. Purely for safety reasons, these guys not jumping that rhythm section.
It was an absolutely gorgeous day here today in San Diego. About 80 degrees, bright sunshine. There you see the 423. Chris Nyan having troubles. He's the rider off in that section. And the temperature has definitely dropped, probably down to the low 50s, maybe high 40s tonight, Denny. And how's that going to affect this racetrack? You talked about that moisture coming back up. What else will it do?
Well, I think the biggest thing will just be the moisture will come up. This track will start getting packed. You'll see some of the polished grooves and these guys are coming in, and it starts getting slippery. You know, these guys are used to a much tackier track, I believe, during the practice sessions. In the Anaheim rounds, it took about the main event for the moisture to start coming out, but I think we had such a warm day and a drastic cool change when that sun went down that this moisture started to come up a little bit more tonight. The biggest thing is to be able to these riders to adapt as the track changes.
Final lap, white flag is out. It looks like everybody in the top three has pretty much settled into their positions. Metcalf trying to make a bit of a run at Sani here.
Wow, Sani jumping off over there, almost landed on the tough blocks. When you got a guy that jumps off right behind like Brett Metcalf did, he was very fortunate that Brett did not jump on him. Both those guys slide through. Metcalf moves in a second, but those guys are moving out of this last chance in the main event.
Checkered flag. Sorby takes the win after getting the jump on the field when the gate dropped. Metcalf, Sani are going on, and Nye will join them. Those will be the four riders coming out of the LCQ. So Sorby on the 917 takes the transfer, and he will now go back to the hauler and get ready for the main event still to go, which will be 22 riders for 15 laps here in San Diego. Stay with us here on Speed. That's what's coming up next. Go on the line. Feel the raw emotion. Experience the heartache and revel in the thrill of victory. No lights, no tricks. The premise is simple. Lose the race, lose your ride. Pink's Season 2 premieres Wednesday night at 9 exclusively on Speed. Well, the riders are getting ready to go for our Supercross Lights West Coast main event. They're going to get about a 7-8 week break before they'll get back to action in Dallas. Here's your Dunlop starting list for the main event. Grant Langston, Nathan Ramsey, Andrew Short, all the title competitors are in here, but so is Ryan Villopoto, and he was very fast early tonight, Denny.
Yeah, Ryan and his teammate Grant Langston laid down two of the fastest lap times in their heat race, while Billy Laninovich, on the other hand, he turned the fastest in his. These three riders are looking like they're the guys to beat starting this Lights main event.
All right, so the riders are back in the game. Laninovich is back. Saw him right up in his No Fear gold colors. Ready to go. There he is right there. The Sobe No Fear rider, ready. Mechanic trying to calm his nerves now after he had to leave the track for a minute?
You know, quite possibly. Billy is a mental rider. You know, he can get rattled quite easily sometimes. This could have maybe rattled him a little bit, but we've seen also guys come in, get their bike started in the last possible second and get the whole shot. So we'll be anxious to see if Billy can turn around and avoid it, put that distraction out of his mind and focus on this main event.
Michael Sleater on the KTM Sport Motorcycles NCY backed machine will carry the helmet cam for us. Right next to the box. You can see that 100-yard sprint they've got to the first turn.
Let's keep an eye on this first turn. It's a long start straight, like Ralph just said. First guy get there isn't necessarily be the first guy to come out.
Mike Alessi again with a great start, just like he did in his heat race.
If you see Alessi learn from his heat race, he got there first in that heat race, and he went wide, lost 2 positions. This time he stopped on a dime, hugged those tough blocks, and avoided from Andrew Short making a pass on him like he did in his heat race. Mike is a smart kid. He learns from every race. This is another perfect example.
Andrew Short, a seasoned veteran, right behind him, comes inside, takes second place away, or takes the lead away, I should say, on the number 29 Honda.
See, Mike gave, I think, Andrew a little bit more respect there than needed almost. I don't think Andrew was really going to tee him up like he thought. Mike, on the other hand, sat up the motorcycle, afraid Andrew might clean him out, and kind of rattled Mike for a little bit. Andrew Short now trying to break away out front. Two of the monster Team Green riders we talked about are buried in the back of the pack. Grant Langston and Ryan Villopoto are just going to the finish line right now in 14th and 15th.
Horrible starts for those 2 riders. There's a good look at Langston right there on the 8. The Kawasaki on the outside. Passes 2 riders in midair right there. Clears a triple. And will continue to work his way through the field. He's got Sleater with our helmet cam on board right in front of him on the 81. There's Sleater, and right behind him comes Langston. And there's Langston just to your right. Boy, Sleater took him all the way to the end, didn't he, Denny?
Took him all the way to the top. The tough block's a very slippery corner, and on section, you turn, you jump off, and Sleater carrying Grant Langston all the way to tough blocks. And stuff like this that Grant Langston was hoping to avoid. I talked about it in his heat race. At Anaheim last weekend, he got up front quickly, just got rid of all the distractions, the carnage around him, and focused on the track. Right now, being buried in the back of the pack like he is, he has to deal with so many other riders and their mistakes. And for example, Sleater just pointed him out in the tough blocks earlier.
Now you see Ryan Villopoto on the 51 coming by Sleater, as did Paul Carpenter on the 35. Now there's Langston getting through some more of the field. And it looked like Billy Laninovich was buried back in there as well. He's deep in the field. So Billy got a terrible start as well. Boy, the points really going to shift around quite a bit. And Andrew Short, our race leader, in a great position right now as far as the championship is concerned.
Ralph, does anyone want to win this Lites East or West championship? I mean, you start out the series, you get out the points lead, boom, next race, you make a huge mistake, and there's a new points leader the next week. So Andrew Short capitalizing yet again on the top points guys' mistakes.
Let's take you back and show you the replay of our progressive hole shot. The progressive direct hole shot replay.
Watch Mike Alessi center your screen at Red Bull KTM, man. He just shoots out of the gate. The same thing he did in his heat race. Now he's going to stop on a dime and try and hug these tough blocks you see right there. He went right his heat race. Andrew Short was able to get by on that in his heat race. This time he learns from that and comes out with the hole shot.
Short followed right along the inside as well, and it worked out great for him. He came through that first corner in second place. Now he's our race leader. One of the things Andrew was telling you and I about earlier today is the fact that his Honda teammate, Jeremy McGrath, is going to be finishing up his Supercross season at the end of this weekend's event here in San Diego, and he felt like that could impact this team as we watch Langston continuing to work his way up through the field. It's going to impact a rider like Andrew Short when they go to practice.
No, definitely, because Andrew, he looks stronger than he ever has in his entire career, and obviously I think a lot has to do with Jeremy McGrath, working with a guy, a 7-time legend. He knows exactly what to do, and Andrew can go to him and talk to him about the track, different things, and with Jeremy's retirement, or not his retirement, but his season ending here at round 6, Andrew will not have that, and who knows, when it comes to Dallas, we'll see maybe possibly a new Andrew Short, who knows.
That's the 330 of Darcy Lange that we've seen Langston getting around, and that's a fight for 4th. So Langston has moved himself up close to a podium position here.
Well, Grant's laying down some of the fastest lap times. He's running a 50.4, and that is in traffic. Short and Alessi are running 50.7 and 50.6s. So right now Langston's laying down some fast lap times, and he's doing it, like I said, in traffic.
In fact, his quickest lap is the quickest one of the night so far in the main event with a 49.6, a 1/10 of a second quicker than our race leader, Andrew Short. Mike Alessi, there you see him going by on the 800. Great run for Mike tonight, Denny, and if he can hold on for second. Another great podium finish for him here in this West Coast Series, and an even better performance.
Yeah, Mike's already currently up to 6th in the point standings, and from starting out the season with a 9th, a 10th, and a 7th, he's closed out the last 2 weeks with a podium 2/3. Mike Alessi has definitely learned that it's much better to look forward than worry about what's going on behind you, and he's much more confident and looks just a lot more feeling his way around this Supercross track.
Well, while Grant Langston continues to work his way up through the field, things not going so well for Billy Laninovich, Krista.
Yeah, we just want to bring you up to speed on him. He was so focused at the gate, so when he took off, I have to believe those nerves. I talked to his mechanic, Preston Rose, and said, hey, what happened there at the start? He got buried in the back because he fell in the first turn. So if it is a case of nerves, Preston says nothing wrong with the bike. Billy is going to have to work his way through this field to stay in this very tough points battle.
He's got a long night ahead of him, Krista. Right now, he's listed at 15th position.
Well, like I said, sometimes Billy gets rattled, and when they had to take the motorcycle up to the truck, come back, he definitely felt the effects of that, was unable to block out the distraction. And it's cost him this title hunt as he's buried back in the pack while Langston's short. The other guys he's battling for this championship are up front.
Langston, you saw him fly over the finish line jump. He holds down 4th position. Brent Metcalf on that 123. He's just back in 5th right now. They're all chasing Andrew Short, the current race leader.
Ralph, as we watch Grant Langston in the straight, he's slowly closing the gap on Nathan Ramsey. Nathan Ramsey slowly closing the gap on Mike Alessi. Very soon, these 3 riders are going to possibly meet, and it looks like right now Grant Langston's throwing out some of the faster lap times, so if Grant comes out second, I won't be surprised.
I'm not so sure anybody's going to catch this rider. Andrew Short, our race leader here in San Diego. Stay with us for more. Alessi, Ramsey, Langston, and Metcalf all giving chase. Darcy Lange holds down 6th. Marias is 7th. Villopoto 8th. The heat race winner earlier tonight. Having a hard time keeping pace with his teammate Langston, who's worked his way all the way up to 4th.
Yeah, Ryan's lost sight of his teammate. You know, he's hoping to probably follow him through the pack. Grant got through these guys a little bit quicker than Ryan has been able to, but still, for being a young rider, 17 years old, getting to the pack, it's not an easy feat, and he's getting it done.
Well, Andrew Short just looking so smooth tonight, Denny.
Yeah, that's Andrew's strong point, is consistency, smooth, solid laps, and nothing's easier to do that than be out front, being able to laying it down. His fastest lap time's a 49.7. Looks like he made a little bit of a mistake on that lap time of 52.3. Lost a little time to Alessi and Ramsey, but he's 4.5 seconds back, or up front.
Andrew Short continuing to show the way here in San Diego on the Honda number 29. 6 laps left to go in the main event. The Supercross Lites West Coast Series will take about a 7-8 week break. The series will pick up again in Dallas, in Irving, Texas, actually, in the home of the Dallas Cowboys. And look at this battle here between the KTM riders, Mike Alessi and Nathan Ramsey, and right behind him, Grant Langston joining in. So 3 riders battling for 2nd place. Langston tries to get inside of Ramsey. Now Alessi starting to look over his shoulders. He needs to just focus on what's ahead of him.
Yeah, Mike definitely does. He's had some problems, always kind of worried about what's going on around him. He's got 2 of the title chase guys right behind him in his back pocket. But this is the battle I thought was going to eventually develop, and it has. Grant Langston, the fastest guy on the track right now. He's closed the gap up on Alessi and his teammate Nathan Ramsey. Ramsey needs to get this, keep Langston behind him, because this is for the points right now. This could be a 4-point swing at least.
Oh boy, you saw Ramsey get up on the front wheel any minute now. It looked like he was going to come off the bike, and there goes Langston by in the air to take over 3rd. Now he'll go hunting after Mike Alessi. And you know Alessi's feeling the pressure. This youngster, Mike Alessi, really getting a lot of challenges, thickening up his skin, turning him into a seasoned veteran in a hurry.
Yep, these 2 superstars, Mike Alessi, Ryan Villopoto. Alessi getting it done right now, up 3rd spot, or 2nd spot. Like I said, each and every race he's learning. It's amazing how quickly this kid can figure it out. His best asset's obviously getting good starts and getting out front early, but he's being able to learn. He's out front right now. He's holding Langston back. He's not making mistakes. He's not panicking. He's not looking over his shoulder this weekend.
And that in itself is a huge step for young Mike Alessi on that number 800 KTM. Boy, if he can hang in there and finish 2nd with 4 to go, That'll be another big step for this youngster as he continues to make the climb towards the top step of the podium. Langston inside. He's got second away.
Huge move right there. Grant Langston trying to make it, or actually making a decent aggressive move on Mike. Mike now is going to have to try and settle in, follow Grant's pace, and hopefully keep his teammate off his back. But Nathan Ramsey, he's a strong guy. He works 110%, but gives everything he can to this motorcycle. As Grant Langston passed him, he's losing vital championship points. He needs to now get past his teammate if he hopes to keep any chance, as he did right there.
There's Langston. He sits about just under 5.5 seconds behind Andrew Short. I don't know if he's going to be able to make that up.
Quick note, Ralph, the guy who's thrown down the fastest lap time of this race with a 49.2 on the 9th lap, Ryan Villopoto. Kid's still charging.
He's up to 5th as Villopoto on the 51 after getting a bad start. Well, three of the four guys who were stuck in the middle of this points battle are now going to once again finish 1, 2, 3 in a different order. One who's going to end up having a bad night is going to be Billy Laninovich, who sits back in 12th right now. Yeah,
Billy's basically just thrown away his title hopes. A mistake in the first turn, going down, unable to get through the pack. This is now a 3-rider battle for this championship. And Nathan Ramsey, he's going to lose. He's losing valuable points right now to Andrew and Grant Langston. It could almost be a 2-rider battle. Andrew Short's going to leave San Diego tonight if he can get through this main event with a win with the points lead.
And he's going to take a bit of a break. We talked to him about that, asked him what he was going to do in between now and the race coming up in Dallas, Texas, and he said, well, I'm going to take some time off, and then I'll start doing a little training for the outdoor season that will start up after this championship finally wraps up in May in Vegas.
Well, check it out. Grant Langston has used some lap traffic, and he's closed the gap within just about 1.5 seconds of Andrew Short. You saw Grant Langston do this to Jeff Alessi, or Mike Alessi, at the Hangtown National last year. This guy never gives up. He sees this as a championship. This could be a 6-point swing right here, Ralph, if he can make something happen in this last half a lap.
Can he get the job done? There's the mechanics. Go, go, go. He's got half a lap to go. Here comes Langston. He's right behind him.
Diving into that second last corner, Langston turns down the fastest lap time of his whole day, but in the end, Andrew Short, Ralph,
takes the win. And Grant Langston knows if he only could have had one more lap, or maybe just got a little bit better start, he might have had a shot at catching it.
When the race heads back, series heads back to Dallas, Langston's going to feel strong, Short's going to feel confident, but this race could decide that points hunt.
Chris has got the winning mechanic.
And a very excited Chris LaChavo, fist win in the air. How big a win is this for you guys going into this break and taking over the points lead?
Good, it's real good. I'll give them a little bit of momentum. You know, we started with a win and then we kind of went down a little bit. Now it's good to get back up there again. It feels good, and it feels good for him, I'm sure.
And we will talk to him in just a bit.
All right, Krista, thanks. Here's Andrew celebrating here inside Qualcomm, riding around, fans cheering him on. He skied through the night time here in San Diego, and he's the winner and the points leader. Stay with us.
It's West Coast Division. Andrew Short, our winner tonight, also now our points leader. What a battle down the stretch.
Golly, you know, I put myself in a good position off the start, and that was key. Langston was going way faster than me, but tonight I rode a smarter race, put myself in a better position. Honda ran great, won industry helmets. Bailey Magic worked in San Diego, maybe not in Anaheim, but it's great to have them aboard. Buku, Fly Racing, Alpine Star Spy. So many people that put me up here. The whole Honda team, Loesch. There's so many people, it's a great feeling. I won the first one, I won the last one before the break, and I have some good momentum. I'm happy.
Good momentum indeed. He's the one that gets to rest easy in this long off time.
Thanks, Krista, and congratulations to Andrew Short. Well, Mike Alessi led early on, Denny, but he ends up finishing 4th tonight on the KTM.
Another strong finish for the young rider. Another one, Ryan Villopoto. The superstars tomorrow, those guys finishing 4th and 5th.
Billy Laninovich didn't need to finish 11th, and he sure didn't want to, but unfortunately that's where he's at.
No, Bad Billy needed to get a win this weekend to solidify himself in the point standings. He crashed in the first turn. His points title hopes are pretty much diminished right now.
Well, here's a look at those points. Short over Langston by just 2. Ramsey's 11 back in third, and there you see Laninovich dropping all the way to 19 back in fourth. Here's Krista.
Grant Langston knew it was going to be a battle down the stretch. It certainly was. I know you're a little disappointed because you wanted to be the one kind of breathing that sigh of relief, but what a points battle we've got going on.
Yeah, you know, it's really close, and there's one guy I didn't need in front of me, was Andrew, but you know, he rode a good race, and you know, I just didn't get out of the gate, and Billy Laninovich went down in front of me in the first turn, and I was pretty buried, and had to ride pretty aggressive to come through the pack, and bike worked great. You know, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki have done a great effort, and I don't know why I just didn't get out of the gate. I was beaten 10 feet over the gate, so that was really frustrating because I was buried in the pack, and you know, I think I rode pretty decent, and I could see myself gaining on those guys, and I just knew I was going to run out of time, but really wanted to win, but you know, we have a long break, and it's still anyone's championship.
No longer the hunted. Grant Langston will become the hunter for these last two races.
All right, Krista, well, tonight's Buku Big Air goes to the big winner, Andrew Short, flying through the nighttime sky here in San Diego on his Honda number 29. And let's head back downstairs to Krista.
Well, I don't know if you could have written a better script. Our top three guys in points, top three guys in this race now. Nathan, what do you got to do to get up on top these last two races?
Well, you know, I mean, we got a big break now, and it's time to go back to school, do some homework. These guys are going really fast. Grant seems to be able to put down some fast times, and it's a little bit easier for him. So, you know, I got to find a couple of tenths here and there, and you know, without a doubt, you know, my Red Bull KTM is the fastest bike out there. So I got to show everybody how good it is. So, you know, I'm going to go back and just, you know, do my homework and do the best I can. I'm going to work hard and try to figure this thing out.
Well, if that race was any indication what we're in for these final two, it is going to be quite a show.
Plenty more Supercross action coming your way. CBS Sports has the next one, St. Louis, Sunday, February 19th. Check your local listings for that. Speed will join the Supercross Series in Atlanta Sunday, February 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Our next Supercross Light Show here on Speed will be the East Coast season opener from St. Louis, Saturday, February 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Speed News Saturday is up next. They'll get you caught up on everything happening in the racing world. And of course, here in the Supercross world, it's all about the road to Las Vegas. That's where we will wrap up all the championships coming up later this year in May. Make sure you're with us here on Speed for all of that great racing from Vegas. Well, it's been a great night of racing here in San Diego. For Chris Tavoda and Denny Stevenson, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Congratulations to Andrew Short. So long, everybody.